I'm not trying to hose you.
You're trying to hose me on this thing?
I'm not trying to hose you on this car or nothing, but I mean, you should buy it.
Van time.
It's time for van attack.
Well, I think I've had enough of this.
Had enough of it?
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Okay, it's what day is it, you guys? Wednesday? It's Wednesday evening. Just got off the plane, so we're back at the office. So I thought we'd have a look at tomorrow's mission, boogie van time, and Ash has been here getting her sanded down. So there's all the pieces we made last winter, all installed, all the rust fixed, giant fender flares. So tomorrow's mission is to modify these flares. We'll get into that a little more. We want to kind of just change them so they don't overpower the tires. And yeah, a bunch of body work to do. Lots of body work to do to smooth out all the welding. 69 Cougar Eliminator wing. Cool. We'll have to tell Mark that it's now on your van.
Went to a good home.
Went to him, right?
Right.
How much better could it be?
Could have happened too. Van's a 73.
Right? Yeah, this could have happened.
It could have happened.
So, nice doors.
Good
Nice.
enough.
Yeah, right? We'll be making a serious amount of dust very soon. Got the tires ready. Oh, you got the interior all cleaned up. These are factory, right? These are from a longer wheelbase.
Yeah, like a Chateau something or another, a windowed van. So
Like of this era?
Yep. Yep.
So these just bolt right in on the original panels, yeah?
Well, sort of, because the window vans would have a provision to actually fasten them. I had to, build some wood.
Oh, I see. Oh, I read you. You've kind of, you've
Yeah,
already
that's
gotten
fine.
started here, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, they'll all bolt on.
Nice. Oh, we got windows to put in. Did we pick your window? Yeah, you can see them
we
there.
do the little teardrop.
Yeah,
there,
we'll have to trace those guys out. Get that in there. Yeah. Where did you get these seats?
They came out of that parts van over at the grill. Remember that black thing that was here?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Base for them. And
Right on, man. Those
Right?
are sweet.
that's a period correct looking seat.
Yeah.
These
You
little
gonna,
guys fold down. Hey.
that's cool. Are you going to get those redone?
Yeah.
Biggest thing, blend the flares in and modify the shape of them, and that's tomorrow. I'm taking the rest of today off.
Don't blame
What
me.
are you guys doing in this van? Man, there's a lot of vans in here. I left for a few days and it's full of vans.
Bad club.
You like moving in here?
Just come in.
Look at there's van shit all over the place. Where's the menace?
Where is she? There she is. She's being good.
Hey, you're not used to this. Weird.
What? Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Menace. What a nice girl.
Good for the scene.
Number one job here is to get these flares kind of more the way Ashley wants them. These are actually a very nice reproduction, or these are a very nice piece. It's just that for the style that we're doing here, they're a little bit overpowering. So let's have a look. Like this looks like it should have a running board, but we're not going to have one because there's side pipes and whatnot. So what we've decided, rather than this which is nice for like, you know, a mud flap kind of look, but we're really after what's happening here is that this is hiding the big badass tires to the point where they don't look as badass as they need to. So what we want to do is have the full width of the flare at the top, and then we want them to kind of taper down and just kind of get rid of a bunch of this extra material. The beauty of fiberglass and boogie van projects is that you can do anything you want. Fiberglass is obviously, there's nothing, you can't bend it, you can't do much with it, but you can just chop it up and make it into anything you want. So we're going to do these in the style that we had discussed. And so number one, what I've done here is laid out tape 3/4 inch wide so that it can't be wider here than it is here. So it all has to taper down on the front of it. You can see that it's getting wider as we go to the top, and here looks like it's a little bit wider here than here, so I'm going to run my tape a little bit tighter there. Okay, very slight change. And now my plan is to mark this with paint. Holy cow, that comes out of there. All right. Handy tip. Put the undercoating tips on your rattle cans, especially if they start plugging up. That gets the paint coming out of there. All right. So the outside edge of this black paint represents where the flare is going to go. So the other line we're going to mark is the edge of the flare, and the difference between the two is what we want to get rid of. So I'll mask that up and we'll make another line here. So we've marked off the lip that we want to keep, at least for now. If this doesn't work, I'll just make the lip too. I don't really care. So let's try that. Get this off of here. And that didn't work particularly well, but you can see the idea is that what we want to get rid of is essentially all of this in the middle. So it's a little bit crude, but it'll be fine. Fiberglass is a crude and rude subject to work with, and that's just fine. So next thing is I'm just going to get the grinder, and we're just going to rudely chop all this out of here up to about there, and we should just have this lip hanging, and then we should have the new profile. Then we're going to try and just push the lip in and glass it right in to the flare. And if that doesn't work, I'll just cut the shape of the flare and make a new lip from scratch. It doesn't really matter. Just thought we'd try this, maybe it'll save a few minutes. Okay, so I ended up saving the lip and cutting a wedge out, and then the lip, it stopped lining up at a certain point, so I just broke the rest of it off, and we're making this from scratch. All very easy. Fiberglass is easy. Blending it, put a little coat of glass underneath, and then one coat of Bondo on top, and you know, just roughing it in. Earlier, that's the profile that they had, and that's the profile that we wanted in this case. So you can see how much wider it looks when you blend the flare with the factory flare. And so the original width is from here to here, and then from there down it tapers to nothing, and in the front. So it should help the tire not be so overwhelmed by the flare like it was. So I'm gonna turn on the old sander and carve this into shape, and then we'll have a look. Yes? No?
All day long, buddy.
Okay, well then we'll do this one, and then we'll do the other ones.
All day long.
So what do we got for filler here? What is this stuff?
I don't know,
Whatever was on the shelf.
whatever was, I think that was an Amazon purchase.
Oh yeah, how much
Any
was
good
it?
or no?
Well, it's good for this. It's good for bulking it on. When we get to the final pass, I might use the yellow
Yeah,
stuff,
I'll buy
because
one.
it's so much nicer to stand by hand. This stuff's fine because it comes off when you're doing it with a machine, but it doesn't go on as nice.
Yeah, I'll buy whatever you want.
It's just when you get to the final, like, blocking with 80 grit, it's nice to have your favorite Bondo, which comes off nice.
Yeah, sure.
This reminds me of 1970s Bondo.
Oh, really? Okay.
What is it?
Well, yeah, something. So I thought, oh, it must
Oh,
be
it's
good.
perfectly good. Don't get me wrong. If this is all we had, it's just that I can just feel by the way it mixes this. It would be more effort to sand by hand. Doesn't matter much when you're using heavy power tools. And you can see it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like all
It's-
whole. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough.
Okay.
So we'll just hammer it on there. Loop, loop, loop. Hey, loop, loop, loop. Goober it on. Don't care. Whatever. Loop it on there. The trick is get it on there and then press it in. Right? Press it in. We don't want it anywhere where we're gonna have to work, so we're staying away from the. This is all nice.
Yeah.
It's the factory radius. Why make work for ourselves? We want this to look factory, so that's how we're doing that. So we're gonna clean up the inside edge because we already know that's pretty good. Then we're gonna press it in. Put some back and then we're going to build it out.
You see the smile on my face, Steve?
Can you get that in focus?
Oh, you mean under the mask?
Okay.
Yeah, that
so
transition's looking pretty nice
Oh,
there
isn't that
now.
beautiful?
try and get it so that we don't spend all day. And don't be afraid to hammer it on there.
Sounds off, right?
Sands off. That's right. Probably the biggest mistake people make on them is they don't put enough on because they think that it's going to be okay. It's not okay. You have to make the Bondo sound. Or the raspberry sound for Bondo. And flare. Get the flare nice and rebuild the edge, the lip a little bit. That's all very easy. And then there will be a short touch-up pass when we're done, right? So we can go back, clean this all up because you don't want to sand there. Then we're going to go like this. So nice. And maybe one more time. Okay, and you got shit on the back to do? Yeah, that'll sand up nice now.
Good. Yeah.
This whole area ganked or just this back bit? Just here?
Well, I don't
It looks pretty minor.
tell me.
Is this a dent? You got something? Oh, you already got this one rough. Oh, we'll just cake it on.
Hit it.
Like, huh?
Hit it.
Are we hitting it? All right. we have time, if I have time, I like to go back and kind of finesse it out a bit, right?
Yeah, why sand it?
Why
Yeah, for
sand
sure.
it if you can. But what you don't want to do is spend too much time trying to get it perfect, and then it hardens off, and you end up with throwing it half in the garbage. So get it on there, and then if you got time to get cute later, go ahead. And I'm gonna really fantasy island this bottom corner. Yeah, it's not gonna really take too much now. That's pretty much roughed in. I'll hit it so we can look at it, but that's gonna look fine.
It is gonna look fine. No, it's exactly what I wanted. Like,
Yeah, so I left it a little wider at the back and came in a little more gradually, and then a little more, tiny bit, so it's like gets wide, stays a little wider, and then comes in quicker. So,
right.
but,
No, it's really good.
this is to me a 70s style
That's
flare.
right,
Like if
that's
this was
right.
a Trans Am, these are the flares I would want too. If, you know, like anything, any kind of muscle car, that's what the flares that I would like.
Well, and just how all of this is going to blend out. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
going to look.
yeah,
It's just going to
absolutely.
look like.
It all has to look
Money.
like money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's ready to sand. So that'll be 5 minutes, and then we're on to the next one.
Cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
We still have to turn that shape into this shape, so there's going to be that little bit, but I don't think it needs to be that big. But I think I want to give a little more. Thing is, you just got to get it close. That's the beauty of fiberglass.
Sure, then you
Doesn't
fill it
really
in.
matter. I'm just looking at this edge here.
Yeah. Okay.
And in this case, where we would be cutting would be the outside here. And then we'll make the lip, because we won't have any lip when we cut it off, right?
Right.
So, but I think then we still leave a little bit of this, and then we just roll that in right away, just so it doesn't get so,
I agree.
I like it kind of, and then, but same back here as the back. We actually don't have to do as much here. If we want, we can kind of go from there. I think it's hard to argue that is not a lot better. So that is just the bodywork, just very roughly roughed. So now we can compare it at one side. Can we see it a bit?
Yeah.
Kind of get the idea. No,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
trying to. Not
Perfect.
What we started with. And here's the before on the back. And again, not knocking the original product, just not what we were trying to do.
This is a good face. Oh yeah, you need to start with something.
So just leaving us a lot more tire to look at, but still with the big chubby wide flare that you want, but not completely overwhelming the tire. And it doesn't look like it's waiting for a running board to go on.
Well put. Well put.
So still the other side to go, but we wanted to get a picture. Other than the rust repair and the flares, there's a couple of dozen dents, and that's it.
Should be a quick, easy one, right?
Yeah, just a quick, easy,
No, it won't be years, that's for sure. It won't be Citroen time.
or Datsun time,
Or
which was
Datsun.
actually a lot longer than Citroen time.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut this one to match. Okay, that's the end of day one, and the fender flares are roughed in on the driver's side. You can see that we've really modified the radius at the bottom there, make them a little, a little more suited to what we're trying to do here. And flared in at the back, blended in, and yeah, it's all gonna look very nice when we're done. And we can start doing the bodywork on the areas that have had rust repair. Here's where we're going to cut it on this side. And I made this tape mold from the other side of the van so that we can lay out exactly the same shape on this side, so that I can cut all of that off as well, and then we'll start blending this guy in. Started doing some very light door ding kind of stuff. The van's really good, so we're not getting too crazy there. And yeah, we're taking the seam out between the two so it'll all kind of flow, and pipe, of course, side pipes going between there. And yeah, really like the way it looks. You can see some tire now. You know, this looks like a custom job now, not something that's been screwed on.
You guys know what time it is? It's time for Dean's Greasy Flips. Yeah, I know. It's high time we did this, eh?
Yeah, I don't think. Have you been there, Scott?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the heat signature down on these kind of missions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, we didn't bring enough beer. Oh, it looks like a special edition of Greasy Flips live on location with your host, Dean.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
How's it going, Dean?
Good, good. I'm excited for this. We're going to go to my lot and see a bunch of junkers that I got.
We've never actually been to the Dean, what are we calling that? The Greasy Flips headquarters.
Yeah, that's right. The Greasy Flip headquarters, where all the cars just sit and kind of sit in the field, but that's okay.
We're actually going on a legitimate possible mission. Is this a mission?
Yeah.
And see if I should buy this 63 Impala that Dean
Biscayne.
is already. Biscayne.
It's a scanner.
Oh, forget it.
It's a scanner. It's a Power Glide, six banger.
Six banger Glide
yeah,
Scane.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
Nobody hates those.
Right? So
Is
yeah.
it complete-y?
Yeah,
Complete-ish?
complete-ish
I
except
see
for
no headlights.
No headlights, no taillights.
No taillights?
I know. Fail.
And it's fairly...
It's good. The rockers are looking good on it. The frame's looking good, but we'll check it out more tonight.
Yeah. If the frame's decent, it might be a good spare for Tom's car.
Yeah.
In case... Yeah, anyway.
Sure.
There's no harm in having... Really, I can't think of anything bad about having a 63 Biscayne just sitting in the yard.
Yeah.
Except that it's too new for the lot.
It's quite new, yeah.
It's, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but thanks for setting it up, Dean, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I just knew you were kind of stressed and busy. I was like, you know what? Like,
Yeah, I was too stressed to buy a cheap 63 Biscayne that day.
Yeah.
So Dean came through. Dean came through and bought it for me.
oh yeah.
So really, this is moot. We're just going there so that I can pay you, I guess.
Sure, if you want it.
See where it is.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll buy it. Whatever.
Sure.
We'll buy it. We'll sell it to Tom.
Yeah.
Tom never watches this stuff anyway.
Oh,
Hey, we're at Greasy Flips HQ.
Don't show the address.
Are you scared?
A little bit.
Dean's waving us in.
Thanks, Dean.
There's the old Edmonton landmark, the Motoraunt. That's cool.
Look at that.
That was downtown for years, and then it was kind of north side for years. Let's get in there. I don't think I want to own it, but it is kind of a landmark. Anybody in Edmonton, you guys, if you have any great Motoraunt stories, this is the time.
It's all good. A little discrepancy. I didn't know where he was going. Okay, so keep to the right here. If you
Okay.
can.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Have to cross some grassy marsh here in a second.
Great.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm smelling
See?
some Dean land here.
There's some Dean land over
wow.
here.
Yeah.
There's some Dean
Some
land.
Dean classics here.
Why am I so happy all of a sudden?
Dean land.
Oh wow!
Parts
yeah,
and pieces and
not
cars.
too many questions about where we are now. Some crusty old Finn cars.
Are these yours too?
No.
The Tempo Club is here.
The Temple
hey?
Club is here. There's another LTD from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
See.
Kinda
Is that
rusty.
yours as well?
No, not mine.
Wow.
Hey, you can park wherever you want up here. This is mostly
Is this
my,
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is mostly my junk.
Town here. Wow.
Park right here and listen to
Jumping, Jesus! Look at all the LTDs. That's insane,
I know,
man. You're a
right?
madman.
Yeah. Parts and pieces and cars and junk. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, old Thunderbird here I picked up the other day. 429 car.
No, really?
No front windshield in it. Yeah, it's gonna be derby. It's rusty. It's junk, you know.
But it's a true Dove. What year is it? 70?
73, yeah.
So that'll be the good head 429.
I don't know about that.
No, it will be. Huh.
I don't know. Just a bunch of LTDs. And you're not seeing much here.
Or
Cars.
we gotta pop the hood, Dean. I gotta check out.
You might have a Flipski. He's not 10 feet out of the car yet, Dean, and you got him fishing. You got a nibble on this fine Thunderbird here.
Okay, we're done.
We're done.
Can't get it open right now, but it is a 429. This is actually a promo car.
Is it a 429 car?
No, it's a 460 car.
Oh,
but it came from
look.
Saskatchewan.
I like big
Yeah.
blocks, Dean. I didn't know you had big blocks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that AC compressor.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
Buddy.
old Ford. It's been no tranny in it. I think the tranny's in the back trunk. Plus, there's parts and hubcaps and pieces everywhere. It's just sitting. I haven't done anything.
What happened to this thing?
This thing just came here. This this cream LTD. This came here from Manitoba. My buddy dropped it off. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Is it full of engine blocks or is the spring broken?
I think I don't know. I never even opened the trunk.
Maybe
Oh no,
both.
no, there's. I don't know.
Maybe
there's-
both.
Maybe both.
Oh,
Looks like
look at that.
there's some heads. He threw on the.
Yeah, that's like Cleveland or something. Maybe 351M.
I don't know. We can open the trunk and see, but it's just a big old LTD.
It's Greasy Flips live. Let's go to the man.
Hi there. Welcome to Greasy Flips. I'm your host, Dean. Today's special, we have a 63 Chevy Biscayne, 4-door sedan, 6-cylinder automatic transmission car, which is pretty solid and pretty good.
Yeah?
You know?
You wouldn't bullshit me.
Right.
Oh, watch the hood doesn't hurt you.
The hinges are a little buggered. All the trim is there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got the turbo thrift in it.
The turbo thrift is there,
140 horsepower.
right on the firewall. So how could you not want to buy this car?
230.
230.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks, does it crank over?
I'm not sure. I just got dropped off. So I really haven't done any maintenance to it at all. It's basically its headlights. It's got a decent-ish front window with a little crack I see. Interior, steering wheel, transmission is all there as I recall. Yeah. The rock, if you look at the rockers, they look really good. And the frame looks good from when I saw it. Look
it
at one
back in
chrome
there.
reverse rim. You're getting a chrome reverse rim if you buy this car. I mean, I have no hubcaps, but I do have all the side trim and no taillights. It's
It's a fixer-upper?
yeah, it gets good gas mileage on the highway.
How is she inside? She's dusty, holy.
She's a little dusty.
Little crypty in there.
Yeah.
The seat looks a little worn, Dean.
Seats, I wore out that seat for years of driving this, yeah.
Years of reliable driving.
Yeah, so, you know what, these cars, I mean, they've probably sold quite a few of them, but you don't see them too often, and a lot of them have been wrecked, so.
Whereas this one survived
This one came from
perfectly.
Grand Prairie.
From Grand Prairie.
Yeah, I had it delivered. I had it specially delivered here, special order, special delivery from it was going to go to the. Honestly, the guy was just sick of looking at it, and he's like, "Do you want this or not?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
It's got a good front flip.
Yeah, good frame. I have a jack here. We can. Is it door poo? Probably bad.
But the rest of it's hanging together.
Yeah, right. Check out the. What is this in the back, Steven?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I've no
Yeah,
idea.
that's one of those tractor belt drives.
Oh, tractor belt drive. Okay,
Like for implements and stuff.
I wasn't sure.
Oh, it's a flat belt. Yeah, those are flat mounted. Jim would like that for his.
That comes with the car.
That looks shitty. It's over.
Oh, hold on. No, it just needs a little. There you go.
Oh, it's
Look at you. Look at what you found.
There's a little.
Might be something for everybody
There
here.
you go. You can have that too if you want. Take the
There's
sunroof.
your sunroof.
Take the sunroof with it. There you go.
It's pretty hard to not find $300 worth of reasons to buy
Oh,
this.
for sure.
Oh yeah,
For
that's
sure.
what I paid for it.
It's a cool
yeah.
car. I
Yeah,
like
it's cool. Get it running. We'll put some lights
Oh,
back in it.
I just saved it. Yeah, I just saved it because buddy just wanted it gone, and I thought it was a decent enough car for parts.
Sure.
A green Biscayne.
I can't. I don't want
Okay. Yeah, here's my classic tire today that I was
Oh,
going
you
to give
find
to
a
you.
classic tire?
Yeah, it's a Goodyear. It's a Goodyear Super Cushion 670 15 4-ply.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we got probably a friend for that.
Well, you can have it if you like it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Throwing it in with the shed.
Yep. Throwing it with the shed.
Hey, it's my lucky day.
It's out of here. I got new inventory coming all the time. I need to move these cars. Bargain, fine prices on these cars, guys. I got more cars coming too. If something doesn't suit your fancy here, I've got more cars coming. Next week, I will have more cars. I just need to clear out some of the old last year's models here. So. Yeah,
I'll take it.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks, Dean.
See you, man. Cheers. See ya.
I'll dub in a horn sound right here. Well, I can't get out and I fell through the floor. See you guys next week for more Greasy Flips. Oh, now it works.
It works.
Oh well.
Oh well, we tried.
Can't lose them all. Well, so far so good, buddy.
So far so good. The car is just loving the drive. The French car likes the fact that there's some French road signs in Manitoba, so it feels more at home, I think, than in Saskatchewan when there was sort of snake pit talk. But, we're just cruising at a fairly low altitude today and floating along at 120. It just loves it, She just wants to go. The AC works. I'd say it's 22.5 degrees in here because I'm a thermostat, and we're just rocking and rolling here.
And hardly using any gas.
Oh, I love the economy because, of course, the whole reason of doing this car is to save the environment, and so we're going to be able to reduce biannual fuel consumption by coming up with a decent economic car. So I'm going to have an extra. I'll be able to put those $20 from my road trips towards the Nature Conservancy of Canada. So everyone's a winner. Just trying to make the world a better place, one DS at a time.
Nobody would be able to argue that. Okay, it's the start of day 2 on the old Cross Canada road trip, and I probably zoomed in right on my face. How about that? Start of day 2. We were just leaving Winnipeg, headed for Kenora, headed for the Ontario border, and realizing that I left the camera in the trunk, so I'm filming this on my phone. so it probably looks better. Let's have a look around. This is a fairly, if we look to either side, we basically, oh, you know what? Damn, I forgot to film the prairies. We only had 1,500 kilometers on it, and now it's gone. Man, by the time I got my phone out of the pocket, we passed the last farm. So what we're seeing here is the border between the Canadian prairies and the Canadian Shield, which is essentially prehistoric granite still at the surface. Is that right, Mark?
That's correct. And it's double Canada, right? Canadian prairies, Canadian Shield.
Right. So this is the very small part of the country at the edge of Manitoba, Ontario, where these two, gigantic geological formations kind of blend into each other. So we're seeing the end of the gigantic farms, and we've got some kind of forested area here. Things are getting a little wetter, and you can't see the next town from the one you're in. There was some stretches yesterday that were 100k at a time without a corner.
Yep.
So, all right.
We also missed that Saskatchewan announces every town 1 kilometer outside.
Yeah, I know. I regret that.
Which is interesting. I wonder who got the sign contract in that province. Looking forward to looking back on this. I'm trying to go 130, but the grandpa police over here keep trying to get me to go 105. So, the car wants to go 130 because it thinks it's on a French auto route. But Scott wants to go 105 because he thinks he's driving a Chevy half-ton with blue bottles on a range road in Ardrossan.
Canadian Shield between Kenora and Dryden. Really fun road, actually. Really fun to drive, especially after 18 hours of droning in a straight line.
I'm still trying to drive 120 and I've gotten the stink eye. But I think the car wants to do it, so there's 2 against 1.
Oh yeah, the car's ganging up on
The car is totally out to get you.
Yeah, I see how this is going. Okay, we've made it to Dryden. We're staying at Mark's uncle's cabin. Lovely place. Very kind of them to put us up, and the car's doing very well. We've got some nice dirty gravel road action going on the car, so that's good to see. It's actually kind of fun seeing it all dirty, because it means that it's working fine. This is unusual, right? It's like they use these construction cones as an architectural feature.
You can buy
Come
salt
to
and pepper
Montreal,
shakers.
home of the cones.
You can actually buy salt and pepper shakers in that shape, orange cone.
Oh, look at that. That's a beauty. What's the name of this one?
The Saint Jacques Bridge.
Oh, that's cool. That's fairly new, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 years.
That's beautiful.
Here's the famous Turcotte interchange, almost finished. We're in the chicane.
Holy country mouse is scared. Home, just about.
Close.
This is its future.
Literally.
Yeah. So funny, there probably used to be just thousands of these here. Now the traffic here looks like just everywhere else in the world.
Smaller still on average cars, I think.
There she is in her new driveway and ready to put back inside. Washed off all the grime and looks good. Very happy to see the safe conclusion to that little adventure. Thought it'd be fun to have a look at a few classic bikes that we have, especially some of our favorite Japanese bikes from the 80s that we all wanted when we were kids, but couldn't afford until we were grown-ups that acted like kids. So this is a 1987 Yamaha FZ750. It's actually my brother's bike, and I'm going to get him to tell us about it because I really don't know much about it. Let's have a little look at this machine here. What's the miles on it, Annie? This bike, I bought it from the second owner. He had started a couple things. He had a bit of a collection of these. He liked the 85s, but this is an 87, the year they went to the full fairing. 85 only had a half fairing that ended about here. The 86 maybe, but I think 87 for sure obviously had the full fairing. This bike's got 18,300 kilometers. I bought it with 15,000 kilometers, which for our American viewers, it's under 10,000 miles when I bought it. It now has just about 11 or 12,000. I had to do some work on the carburation, as well as work on the one of the side covers was scratched pretty thoroughly because somebody had dropped it in their driveway. But other than that, it was pretty cosmetically original. Another thing of interest to the American viewers, we're going to call this an FZ750 because in the States they're FZ700s. They didn't. Oh, this was during the 750 ban.
Yeah, for insurance
Right,
reasons, they were
these are 699s, yeah, or whatever, yeah.
But this is one of the export to North America, to Canada or Europe, the full 750. This was the 5-valve Genesis motor, which was pretty unique from Yamaha. They were experimenting with multi-valve heads for quite a while and settled on a 5-valve. The motor is laid forward at a 45-degree angle. Hard to see in there, but it's really laid down, and the carburation points straight up and down. So even though it is a carbureted motorcycle, it has a fuel pump to lift the fuel from way below the seat.
The carbs are right up and down.
Yeah. Very tractable motor, even though it's a small, high revving engine. It works really well. I think it makes, some people might correct me, I think it was 95 horsepower. I don't know at what RPM, but that's
I think this had something to do with Yamaha not wanting to be as much into turbos as everybody was at the time. They just wanted them to breathe.
Yeah, well, Suzuki had their GSXR 750, which revved like crazy, but it was super peaky, and people, they liked it because it felt like a two-stroke, whereas these were very linear and made just as much power. However, these were still steel framed.
Oh, is it?
Yep, it's still a steel frame.
Oh, that's a painted steel frame, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Suzuki by this time had aluminum frame, but this motor was more advanced than the Suzuki.
How long did they make this motor for?
They put these in this series of bike, as well as they put them in phasers, if anyone remembers those. They were a cruiser with this motor in it. I don't know how popular they were, but they stopped making these. I think this engine died out about 1989.
Really?
The 5-valve head, but I could be wrong. Once again, I'm not an expert on it. I really enjoy riding this bike. It's exceptionally smooth. You can hardly tell the engine's running if you have earplugs in. You really don't know it's even below you. And another 80s design criteria that everyone followed was the 16-inch front wheel.
Oh yeah.
It's an 18-inch rear and a 16-inch front. The minute you turned the ignition on, the headlights were on. You had no kill switch for the headlights on anything in Canada from what, 1979 or something?
Yeah, even earlier.
Yeah, it was.
I think from the mid-70s they come on with the key.
Yeah. As far as the bike running, it's
here.
original exhaust.
Oh, it'll idle right down there. This also has Yamaha's push to cancel, right?
Yep.
You're gonna cancel the signals, you just push it straight in. Kind of a nice feature.
Another what's unusual on this bike, if you turn the ignition off, you'll see. So the oil light doesn't come on.
Oh,
Yamaha was counter to what everyone else thought. Their idea was if the oil light went on, it was already too late because you had no pressure. So their idea was the oil light would only come on when you were low on oil, an actual level reading.
Really?
It wasn't an oil pressure reading.
So you had no way of knowing the oil pressure?
You don't.
Really?
And truthfully, and that's, I think in some respects, it's a better system because if your oil light comes on, you're like, geez, I'm low on oil, as
it's
opposed
already
to
too late.
It's already seized, and wait for the back wheel to lock up.
Yeah, that's paint.
On metal.
That's a decal.
Yeah.
Painted on steel. And this is actually a pearl white. This is pearl white like a Cadillac. So it's a 3-stage pearl. And then what the...
We had to paint the red.
This is paint, but that's a sticker?
Yep.
And that is a sticker?
Correct.
But that's painted, and this is a sticker, and the sticker actually is pearl white as well. So that, and so you can see the stickers never quite match the actual paint color. That's paint up here. So these things can be dicey to match. You see right from factory, the pearl white on the tank is not quite the same as the pearl white on the plastic. But I think the overall effect, we get away with it quite easily.
I put a new Metzler on the back. The front Metzler, you guys would probably all recognize that. That's a very iconic 80s profile and tread pattern.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That tire's quite old, but the bike doesn't see a lot of miles and certainly no racetrack time. So that's glass. So
yeah, this is a nice feature.
A glass double reflector lens.
So those are two round headlights, self-contained.
Yeah.
And this is just a glass cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
The early ones had a single reflector.
The original shield, or did you put that on?
No, that's untouched.
Wow. Yeah, quite a leap. Quite a leap. I mean, 10 years before this, nothing like this even existed. The
yeah, well, I have a 750, and it's like from a different century.
Bus. Yeah, it's a bus compared to this. Well, we'll have a look at the 77 Yamaha in a future episode. We probably should see what it looks like moving. You know, it does look surprisingly modern. How old is it? It's
32-year-old
32-year-old bike. It's still, people who don't really know much about bikes think it's almost new. It's a very, very good looking machine, and I think, frankly, better looking than modern ones, but of course I think that about a lot of stuff. A regular contributor.
Same old shit.